What's up, James?
What's happening, brother? How are you?
Amazing. How are you?
Fantastic. I love Monday mornings. I love waking up to that leadership meeting, and it always pumps my blood. That's for sure.
That's right. Staying accountable for everything we've got to do this week, everything that we said that we would do last week. Great way to start our week off for sure.
Heck yeah, and it's great to see everybody pushing forward. And the other side of that I really love is actually, figuring out who I'm going to help stay accountable, right? Because that's a real solid part of that process.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. Well, hey, man, I'm super excited to have you on today. Super proud of you. We get to talk about you hitting your Icon Agent Award and what that means, what you did to get there. How has that changed your view of real estate? How has that changed your view of brokerages? So for you, those of you who don't know, is when you get your Icon Agent Award at EXP, and we do get a trophy as well. But in addition to getting a trophy, yes, there it is, the Icon Award. Good job. One of the best things about this company is, in addition to the trophy, we also get stock options, right? So you were just gifted a lot of stock options, I'm sure. So tell me about that. How has that changed your outlook?
Yeah, so the award is something that's the first trophy I've won in real estate, right? And it comes from my own brokerage. That's it says it right on there: recognition for achieving exceptional sales volume, displaying strong business acumen, and contributing to your fellow agents and community. And then when I read that, I know that I fit everything that's in that bucket.
Absolutely.
And here's what's real cool, though. You talk about stock options, right? So, I mean, automatically I got 8,000 in stock, and I've got another 4,000 coming as I do different things like speaking for the other agents in our community in the EXP world. Yep. And then I can earn 2,000 for going to two separate events, which are both powerful events, and that's EXP Con and a shareholder summit. So for 16,000 in stock to get this award, I've paid in 16,000.
Yeah. And we're getting it all back, right? So everything we've paid in, we've gotten back. What's interesting to me is I was actually on Motley Fool over the weekend, and they actually had EXPI, which is the ticker symbol for EXP, EXPI on the NASDAQ as a company they value, that they believe is undervalued. And what they wrote in there was that they believe it's undervalued by half, which is crazy to think about. All the stock that we keep accumulating with every deal, all the stock we keep accumulating with other people that sign up, all the stock that we keep accumulating with hitting our Icon Awards. If all of that goes up 10%, we're happy, right? If all that goes up 50%, we're ecstatic. If it doubles up on us, which, it's more than doubled since we've been here, why can't it happen again? And now they're paying dividends on it too. Super interesting, and total different revenue stream than being at any other brokerage.
Heck yeah. And just to add to that, right? Our brokerage is growing at 1,000 agents a week, give or take 100. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't know anything about how they increase, decrease, any of that stuff, right? But I feel like if we have 65 to 70,000 agents today, and even if 1,000 a week just stays constant, right? So that's right. Let's fast forward to this month next year. That's another 52,000 agents. And I think the stock's got they got to kind of be a little bit associated, right? If you get to 500,000 agents, is it going to be the same valuation as today?
No.
I don't know. I'm not, again, and neither one of us know anything about stocks or like any of that stuff, right? But I love that I get some of that back. I get something I consider to be an appreciating asset.
Yes.
On top of it getting, even if it was just a wash, I'm at 100% commission.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if if the needle doesn't move on the stock, you've basically gotten all your money back. So anything that the needle moves in a positive direction, we're gaining equity, we're gaining value. Not to mention the fact that when we want to buy additional stock, we do get it at a 10% discount as well, which is also huge in my opinion. So. Yep. Man, I think that's, I'm so happy to see that you got there. I think that's why we're seeing this 1,000 a month, 1,000 a week, agents come over, because really when you look across the world and you look at all these high producing agents, it doesn't make sense to be anywhere else, right? What other brokerage at this level pays us to be there? Everywhere else we go, we're going to pay in. Yeah, we're going to pay in here, but we're getting it all back. Plus we're getting more back. So That's one of the reasons I love it. I'm super excited that you hit Icon and now you're seeing the benefits of all your hard work.
So before I ever came here, the first thing was, what's the math, right? Like based on, somewhere between 2 and 500,000 in GCI, where does the math set across the brokerages? We're not going to name them, but like the math, right? That was number one. And that was the easy part, right? Like I knew this was financially the best decision for my family. But now comes the more important question, is culturally, who's the people that I'm going to surround myself with, that I'm going to give permission to influence me, that I'm going to give permission to push me?
Yep.
Who are they? And is it somebody that I believe in their vision, that it aligns with my vision? And I believed in that. I believed in you. I believed in Jen. I believed in Veronica. I believed in Jay. And then the other partners I've met along the way, we've all just come together to influence each other and raise each other up in a way that I could have never imagined. And you can have, listen, we're in real estate. We have the biggest opportunity that there is, right? We have the opportunity where we can build businesses faster and more than almost any other industry there is.
Yep.
So that's not really it, right? It's who is around you to help you get to that place and shorten the amount of time it takes to get there.
Correct. Yeah. And it's true, right? Your net worth is directly associated to the people that you hang around, right? So I love being the poorest guy in the room. I love being probably, the not smartest guy in the room, right? Because all we're going to do from there is continue to grow. And it's true. It's worked out for us that way. Our net worth has increased since we've come over, but a lot of it is by surrounding yourself with people that are going to push you, that are going to hold you accountable, that are going to show you things to accelerate your business. And hell, I mean, we're even talking about things outside of real estate, right? It's not just all real estate. Real estate's what we do, right? But we all have lives as well. And real estate's one vessel, one vehicle for us to be a part of other people's lives and make money. But there's also a lot of other ways to earn income as well. And really, when you're hanging around people that are smarter and wealthier than you, you're bound to learn something. And that's been huge for us.
That's been huge for all of us. So like you're very creative and you have a completely different mindset and skill set from me, but it's helped me learn and unlock myself, right? Like what am I looking at? What am I doing? And that's true across the board for all of us, right? Like when you have people that are for real open, like no bullshit, like they're not going to slip you something at the end to say, hey, come check out this or come do this, and it costs you $1,000. Like, no, this is what I've messed up. Whether or not you still want to move forward and do it your way, where I've already failed here, is completely up to you. But here's what I did, and here's the choice that I made to get through where you are right now.
Absolutely.
And you can take it or leave it. Now, that is something where if someone's watching this and they don't resonate with that, they got to plug in, because they're going to discover that it ain't always like that. People aren't just giving up the grease.
And that's one of the biggest changes, biggest differences that we've had since coming from other brands or another brand over to this brand, is we were always searching for how do you get to that next level, right? How do you grow a team? How do you make more money? How do you help influence more people? How do you help them get what they want? And at this company, it's truly wide open, right? Like you can pick up the phone, you can jump on a Zoom, let's go to somebody that has done more than us and say, hey, this is the roadblock we ran into this week. How have you overcome it? And there's no bullshit to it. There's no fluff to it. It's just, hey, you're part of our organization. You're one of our business partners. Here it all is, and you're right. I love that. And you and I are super open and transparent. And, I know we've had this talk a few times. I've lost a lot of money trying things out that I can advise you on. Hey, you don't waste your money on that. I already did it, and the wins too, right? Obviously, we've all done stuff that has been successful. So what works for me, let me suggest that to you, and so on.
I came up with an analogy the other day, which I don't know if I came up with it because I think I've heard this before, but we all talk about one big fire, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people are like, what the hell, right? So the metaphor for this one big fire, I was talking on one of Gino's posts, and here's the truth, is that we are like, when you think back to medieval times, right? And you were about to have a sword made because you were going to go to battle, right? Yeah. The sword is your skill sets. It's what you're going to use to go to battle for your family, and you're going to use to influence the battle, if you will.
Right.
You're the person wielding that sword. So that's you as a human being. Now, what you don't see is what happened before that sword went into battle. There's this giant flame that had to light this metal up to make it malleable. And
Right.
there's a hammer, right? There's a hammer that's bringing this in and bringing this in, because we got to forge this sword to make it the best weapon possible before we go into battle. So as one, right? As all of us at here at EXP, we are one big fire, because we are the ones that are constantly making our swords malleable, our skill sets malleable. We're the ones that are breaking it down and testing it and making sure that we can put it through the strengths before we cool it off. And the hammer is the individual person that's keeping that person accountable to changing their sword, to making sure it's the best it could possibly be to go into battle. And then when it comes to that person, that sword is your skill set, and you're the person with the heart to actually allow somebody to beat up your weapon and make it better.
Absolutely. No, I agree. And it goes back to the old saying, iron sharpens iron, right? We want to hang out with people that are already better than us or doing it better than us, because we're going to learn. And the accountability thing has been huge, right? Veronica was talking about this. I know Chet talks about this, but accountability is the highest form of love, right? And when you think about that, it's really interesting, because even go back to your kids, right? We love them, so we have to hold our kids accountable for everyday tasks, whether that's homework, cleaning the rooms, things like that. Well, it's really not that much difference in the business sense, right? You and I have had situations where I'm like, man, I need to get this done, but maybe by you holding me accountable, I'm going to get it done, right? And that's that little extra push. And then you call me, yo, bro, did you get that shit done? Yeah, I did. Awesome. Good job. Or, hey, there's been times where, no, I didn't. And then you're like, hey, what got in your way? How can I help, right? And that's what the iron sharpens iron thing, in my opinion, is all about. Let's keep supporting each other.
And I want to jump in on that a little bit, because so the first part's the easy part, right? Like, yeah, I got it done. High five. Everything's good, right?
Yeah.
The other side is the side where we all get there, right? And like, there's a bunch of variations of this depending on your culture. So if what's around you is defensiveness, is lack of transparency, lack of humility, then, you might say, oh yeah, I got it done. Right. Okay, great. Like, I didn't see that you went live 3 times last week. Did you do it on another page? Or like, now we're getting that next level in. We're like, hey, I'm actually watching, and we're tracking if you got it done. And then defensiveness comes. So the culture of being open is really what allows that, is what gives us permission, where when you watch somebody that you are inspired by being vulnerable to the fact that they didn't get their commitment done and they failed, and then it's allowed to be discussed. It's not like, hey, you're an asshole, right? like it's, hey, look, what got in the way? Because if we fail, we have to be able to diagnose this, right? Like, we're each other's doctors. We're trying to figure out what is it that's preventing us from taking the steps we know we need to take to succeed. And that comes from the culture, the family that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And for the people that came to the relaunch event, I mean, you can see the culture there, right? You can see all the people on stage, and that's the type of culture we have. We're up there pouring out information to other agents that are trying to learn, that are trying to get better at their craft, that are trying to make more money for their family, to get to that next goal, etc. And that's the best thing about this culture, right? Is it's wide open, and we're all here to push each other and to help each other obtain those goals, and ultimately hold each other accountable for that.
Because I tell you all the time, like, y'all are badasses, right? Like, y'all are incredible human beings. That event took a lot of work. Like, you guys put so much work into that, and it's really at the sole place to contribute, right? Like, how can I bring our partners together?
Exactly.
It's honestly cool for us just to get together, just to start with. But then like, how can we like allow this really collection of badasses to contribute towards the people in our community, help them sell more homes, help them build their business?
Exactly.
But the cool thing is, and I hope you saw this, but like, the next day, when I looked on Facebook, action, baby, action. There was so many people that came back from that. And we're immediately up there on Facebook going live, doing videos. And I love that. I love that. It lights me up.
Yeah. So many people tagged us. My notifications were going off all weekend, right? And I know I still have some people I got to respond back to. But yeah, to your point, people took what they learned at the conference, and went out and made immediate action. And like we talked about at the conference, right? That's the difference. That's the small detail of winners and losers, right? The winners go out and take action. The losers are going to overthink it, think of some excuse, and not take action. Stop getting ready to get ready. Just go do it, right? And we've had this conversation, right? It's better for our crappy video to get out there than us to overanalyze and not put a video out.
And so for people that are watching this, right? And I know I don't even have to ask your permission for this. So like if you're running into a place where you resonate with this, right? Like you're talking about taking action, but you don't take the action, reach out to Jason, reach out to me. I don't care what brokerage you're at, right? If you're trying to make a difference and you need someone to give you that little bit of leg up to get up on that horse, let's go. Like 100%. You call if you want someone to keep you accountable and you're going to give permission to be accountable.
Yep.
We're all in. We're here to help you. I don't care where you are.
Yeah. We're always clapping. We're always cheering. We're always ready to help push other people, other friends, other agents to doing better. So for sure, I'm open for that. And man, and I appreciate everything you've done, right? You've helped us tremendously. You've helped me accountable on some things. You've gotten me out of my comfort zone on some stuff. And really that's where change happens, right? Is pushing ourselves, getting out of the comfort zone. And so thank you for that. And I'm excited for your next event, right? You put on an event last month. And that was awesome. I'm ready for the next one, man. Let's get some more agents together up in your market.
Dude, I'm kind of excited after. Were you on the leadership call this morning? I know Jen was there.
No, I had it in the background, but I was working too.
So I'm waiting. I don't want to say too much. What I will say is there's a chance that we have a pretty high level speaker coming in that's a certified John Maxwell coach.
Nice.
And I'm kind of pumped to see how that works out. I'm going to find out today, but I will have it announced on Friday. Dates, marketing, everything will start on Friday. We'll have a full announcement to fill that room. It's going to be limited on seating. We're only going to have 80 seats. Yep. And I'm excited for that.
Had that problem, right? We sold it out. You'll probably sell this one out. So agents, get there. Let's get there and get in front of these speakers so we can all get better at our craft, hold each other accountable.
Okay. Absolutely.
So, looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, man. And I appreciate you. I mean, I tell you all the time, and it's very cool to be in business with you. I feel like we both lift each other up.
Absolutely.
And it's a big part of that's the brotherhood, right? Like there's no reason that anybody that comes into this can't be a contributing factor and can't lift the other up.
Right. And we're looking for more, right? Like I want to keep growing our circle as well, our circle of influence, and bring in other agents. I know I don't know it all. I know I'm not the smartest guy, right? But maybe I know something that can make you a little better, and you know something that can make me a little better. Whether that's business or personal, we're all constantly developing to just be better, right? Let's be a better husband. Let's be a better father. Let's be a better business owner. Let's be a better team leader, et cetera. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited to see who else comes to the next event, who else we can bring into our inner circle, if you will, and start growing together.
That's what it's really about, man, is that one big fire. That's what we started back with, right? Like you've got your fire, you're standing alone. That's Brent's real metaphor for one big fire is you're standing alone over here in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. And this person's standing there everyone's holding their torch, right? But they're way over here. Now, what happens if we bring all these torches together and we're standing with each other? All of a sudden the whole jungle gets illuminated.
That's right.
And that's what it's really all about is and I'm with you. I'm ready. I know that I have a lot to offer. And I also know that there's so many other people that have so much to offer that are still in that mind state of where they don't trust, right? Like they don't know if they want to share the things that have made them so successful because it's a weird world, right? And this side over here, it's pretty amazing. To tell you the truth, the collection of knowledge and just what's openly shared. If you plug in this, I'm going to not to boast, right? But like, I think this is important because it's a point of people don't know. My business is guaranteed to triple this year from last year.
It's awesome, man. I'm so proud of you. That's fantastic.
It might 4 or 5X I don't want to say that until it happens. I know because I know the numbers. I'm already at triple. So it might 4 or 5x by the end of this year.
Yeah. And look at the people you've influenced, right? Like Joel's a fantastic example. Joel went from working a job that he didn't really like, right? He was kind of afraid to break away. He teetered on the edge for a while, dipped his toes in the real estate world, kept going back to his job, wasn't ready to break. Now he broke, and you're like, holy cow, this guy is going to be a full capper now, right? Like he went from testing the waters, part-timing it, to selling a lot of houses, making more money than he did at his steady job. And now he's rising up as a new leader, right? And I love to see that, because think about this. If you wouldn't have influenced him, if you wouldn't have pushed him out of his comfort zone, where would he still be today, right?
Exactly.
He would still be in a job he doesn't want to be at. He would still be making less money than he is today. And that's the really cool thing to see when you start taking a step back and you're like, look at all the people whose lives have gotten better because we collaborated together. We pushed each other together. We held each other accountable.
That's the real truth, dude. Like when you think about and I don't want to get morbid, right? But like when you think about someone that's recently passed and you were it wasn't just something you saw on TV, right? Somebody that you knew.
Yeah.
You didn't remember that person because he made $10 million. You didn't remember that person because he drove, you might remember if he drove a Lamborghini or something, because that was kind of cool. But but you remembered the conversations that you had and the impact he had on your life. And what you really remember is how you felt in their presence.
Yes.
That's what you feel.
Yeah, I love that. And I was told that analogy years ago. People are never going to remember everything that you said. They're always going to remember how you made them feel, right? And so if you take that mentality into everything that you bring to life and staying positive and how can you contribute to every person you meet and stuff like that, that's where the real legacy comes in, man. Because you're right, the money, the toys, it's all there. It's all material things. It's not the substance or the core values of, hey, did you really influence somebody's life in a positive way that helped them to live a better life? And then what do they do, right? That fire keeps spreading, right?
So that ain't chicken or the egg, right? What you just said is, so success, right, is defined differently by all, right? And that it's not supposed to be the same. But if you think about how I can impact people, how I can change, how I can help them to reach the place they want to go, you don't have to worry about money. No matter what, you won't have to worry about money. And if you were one of the rare cases that was really doing that all the way and couldn't figure it out, you're going to put yourself around the right people that are going to say, hey, look, we got to shift, right? We got to do this or do that. You focus on helping other people first. And that's been my life always, right? And I come from, I'm going to go on into this podcast. I probably need permission before I really tell my story, but you always come from that place, and guess what? You won't have to worry.
That's right. Help others get what they want, and you'll help yourself.
Yeah.
So that's great. Awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you taking time today. I appreciate all the knowledge and value that you bring to us as a business partner. I'm super proud of you for hitting that icon agent. I'm super proud to watch what you're doing with your team and with your organization and how you're helping people grow and reach their dreams. And man, I'm excited. I mean, look at what we've done in this short period of time, right? What are we going to do in the next 12 months, right? Let's amplify this up. We got a whole nother year. We laid the base down. Now we just keep growing it, I
just can't wait to see who we find that's going to outgrow us.
Oh, I love it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Who wants to come over here? Who wants, okay, I 3 or 4X. Who wants to come over here in 10X?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to dream, let's go.
Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Cool. Well, man, have a great day. Have a great week. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. And man, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. And I love you guys. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my family. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Thank you. See ya.